Giannis Antetokounmpo responds to the rumors that he wants to be traded to the New York Knicks, and what he said, it's not going to ease the concerns of Bucks fans. Plus, Kevin Durant wants Russell Westbrook in Houston. Could it actually happen? I'm Trevor Lane. This is the Basketball Bulletin. Make sure you subscribe right here to the channel. Set it before 70% of you not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button and do me a favor. Watch this video all the way through. All right, let's take a look here. Giannis Antetokounmpo responding to the report yesterday from Shams Charania saying that he would like to be a New York Knick. Also canvassing the NBA. I talked about this a lot yesterday. Canvassing the league, looking at other options, other trade possibilities should the Bucks not look like a title contender through the first 20 or 25 games. The main goal for Giannis is to win a championship. This is what Giannis said. Yikes. I've said this many times. I want to be in a situation that I can win, and now I'm here. I believe in this team. I believe in my teammates. I'm here to lead this team to wherever we can go, and it's definitely going to be hard. Now, if in 6-7 months I change my mind, and I think that's human too, you're allowed to make any decision you want, but I'm locked in. I'm locked into this team. I mean, fact, is he correct? Yes, Giannis Antetokounmpo is correct in that human beings do change their minds sometimes. Just ask Kyrie Irving about how he felt about the Boston Celtics, and then like 6 months later wanted to be traded. That's the way that it goes in the fickle world of professional sports that we operate in. And of course, this is a huge deal because Giannis is, I mean, one of the best players. That you want to call him top 3, top 4, top 2, whatever you want to call him. You can make a case for it. Giannis is an incredible talent. There will be no shortage of teams that are interested in trading for him. We talked about this yesterday, but with the Knicks being the team that he reportedly had his eye on, and the Bucks and Knicks actually had direct conversations about a Giannis trade that left the Knicks feeling like the Bucks didn't actually want to trade him or were not serious about it, and the Bucks feeling like the Knicks never actually put forth a serious offer. So go figure on that. But they had trade negotiations back in August. All of this fueling the idea that Giannis could ask out mid-season if he doesn't believe that Milwaukee can contend. And Giannis hasn't really dispelled that. He said he didn't recall a conversation with team ownership the other day at Media Day, talking about him being completely locked into this team. Giannis, while he's saying, while I'm here right now, yeah, I'm locked in, I believe in this team, but that might change. That might change in the future. And if that does, then I'll make a different decision. That's not exactly saying I want to be a Milwaukee Buck for life. That's not exactly saying I don't want to go anywhere else. In fact, it's saying the opposite. It's saying, yeah, I'm here. I'm going to give this everything I've got. And if this doesn't work, I reserve the right to change my mind later. In other words, what's going to happen now around the NBA after these comments is teams are even going to be more eager to build up their assets to potentially go trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Teams are going to be careful. Teams are going to be conservative with their moves. They're going to try to make sure that they have, let me steal a Rob Pelinka word, the optionality to get into the Giannis Antetokounmpo race of sometime between now and that trade deadline of February 5th. Giannis tells the Bucks, I don't want to do this anymore. Now, keep in mind that Giannis Antetokounmpo is not a pending free agent. He does have 2 years left under salary, so under contract. So when we look at that, where he will really be able to truly put pressure and direct his landing spot, it'll be next summer. That's when he will have even more leverage in that situation, because he will have a player option coming up the year after. So he has 2 years right now remaining under contract, a player option for a third year. But next summer of 2026, that's where Giannis can say, hey, I'm a year away from free agency. Bucks, you're going to risk losing me for nothing. If you let me get the free agency, I'll just go sign with somebody else. You know, everybody's going to pile up cap space for me. So trade me to this team that I want to go to, whether that's the Knicks or somebody else. We've seen superstar players employ that strategy before. He will be able to do that to a degree ahead of the trade deadline, but that threat has more teeth to it the summer prior to him actually hitting free agency. So worth keeping in mind, but obviously Giannis, with his comments here, not doing a whole heck of a lot to give Bucks fans a lot of confidence that he is indeed going to want to stay. It sounds like it really does, his future with the Bucks, it's really going to depend on how the team performs this season. If he feels like they can contend for a championship, fine. Giannis is happy to be a Milwaukee Buck. If he does not feel that they are a true title contender, well, then he could be looking for the door. And then we will start off an arms race around the NBA. Teams will be doing everything they can to pile up assets to try to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. So let me know, where do you think Giannis will ultimately land? But that's not the end of this show. Oh, no. We've talked about how weird it is that Russell Westbrook, not on an NBA team, former MVP, not on a team right now. The Houston Rockets with Fred VanVleet now out for the season. They could use a point guard. The immediate response I saw from many fans was, KD wouldn't want to play with Russ again. Think again. We'll get to that right after this. Give a shout out to our sponsor, and that is Sleeper. Sleeper is a absolutely phenomenal app. You can use the link in the description down below. If you haven't heard of Sleeper, here's a little secret. They are more than just a season-long fantasy app. They are also a place for real-time updates and visualization on stats. You get live stats constantly with the Sleeper app. They have a news feed that gives you lightning fast updates on your favorite players and teams. I absolutely love that, because with the news feed, boom, you get the notification right to your phone with the latest news. A real-time chat, engage with other users about individual plays and performances during the NFL and NBA season. So you can even, there's an interactive feature to it there. Download the #1 sports app and experience it today for yourself. Use the code Bulletin and you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. So make sure you guys check that out on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Cool promo right now. A free $20 entry with no deposit needed. So again, use that link in the description down below. Go check out Sleeper. All right. Kevin Durant talking about Russell Westbrook on a show that he did. He joined Kay Adams on her show. Check this out. Check out what KD had to say about Russell Westbrook, because the door may be open for him to become a Houston Rocket. Check this out.
I asked you about Russell Westbrook, and you were like, shut up. And now the internet is telling me that Russell Westbrook could potentially be a Rocket. Was I right?
I have no clue. I haven't asked anybody about that. I heard that too. I haven't. I don't know. It hasn't been brought to my desk at all. And usually when stuff like that happens, it's pretty loud. But I haven't really heard it outside of like
Would that be cool?
Fans on the internet. Yeah, Russ is a legend, and I think he deserves to be in the NBA right now. And I think he deserves to walk out of the NBA on his terms. So yeah, that'll be dope. But it's not my decision. It's not my decision. Leaving that up to whoever makes those decisions for now.
I asked you.
All right. So Kevin Durant asked about Russell Westbrook coming to the Rockets. Didn't say no. Said that would be dope. Said yes, that'd be cool. Russ is a legend. Deserves to be able to go out the way he wants to go out in the NBA. So, again, the Houston Rockets very clearly needing a point guard. Right now, they're going to try to fill the gap, the massive void left by Fred VanVleet. Unfortunate stuff on the injury front with him, of course. They're going to try to fill that in the meantime with Reed Shepherd. Amen Thompson will fill in at guard. But the Rockets, while the shooting may not be ideal from Russ, they need creators. And while Russ is a score-first guard, he's not a non-creator. He can create shots for others. He could fill a role in Houston. There's only one problem. One problem. Those pesky aprons. See, the Rockets actually could sign Russell Westbrook right now. They do have the spot available to sign him. Only 14 players under contract currently, so they do have a roster spot for him. But here's the problem. They are hard capped at the first apron, and they're just $1.2 million below that first apron. What that means is they have a limit that they cannot pass for any reason, whether it's an injured player or otherwise, doesn't matter. They cannot pass the first apron, and they're only 1.2 million shy of it, which is not nearly enough to give Russell Westbrook even a veteran minimum contract. Now, that will change that number prorates, the veteran minimum prorates as the season goes on. So I believe it's in January. It'll be sometime in January that the Rockets will see the veteran minimum prorate enough for them to sign Russell Westbrook. But we're talking about half the season being gone at that point. If the Rockets decide we absolutely have to get a point guard, how else do they get Russell Westbrook? Well, here's the challenge. Look at all these locks. Look at all these trade restrictions. These guys can all not be traded till December 15th. Jabari Smith can't even be traded till next summer, so he's not even trade eligible this season right now. You've got all these guys who are simply not trade eligible currently. Or I'm sorry, actually, as I recall, Jabari Smith is a poison pill until, so he can be traded, but it just has a poison pill until July 1st. So that's going to be tough. The only salaries you're not trading Durant, you're not trading Sengun. Obviously, of the guys that are trade eligible, are you giving up on Reed Shepherd right now? No, not so you can clear room for Russell Westbrook. Obviously, and Thompson, that's not happening. Tari Eason, they love. They'll more likely to extend him than trade him. So how do you clear a roster spot? That's the real problem that the Houston Rockets have. I would assume if Russell Westbrook is still sitting at home mid-January, his phone will probably ring and the Houston Rockets will be on the other line. That would make a lot of sense, but will he still be there? Because right now the Rockets don't have a path to go get him. But if somehow they do find a way to make it happen, whether, I don't know, maybe there's some type of consolidation trade, maybe they don't think as highly of Reed Shepherd as I believe that they do. I don't know. Maybe there's something else that they cook up. Maybe December 15th, they make a move, they make a trade, and Russ is still sitting out there or something like that. But the bottom line is that if there is a path at some point, whether it's today or in January, to sign Russell Westbrook, an obstacle, a hurdle to clear will not be Kevin Durant. Sounds like KD would enjoy playing with Russ again. So is this the ideal situation then? Rather than going and joining the Sacramento Kings, say, where his skill set really isn't a fit, unless you're doing Kings things like we've talked about here, would the ideal scenario be Russ just chills until January? Train, spend time with family, hang out at home. You've made millions upon millions upon, hundreds of millions of dollars over the course of your career. You're not even going to feel it if you have to take a prorated veteran minimum instead of a just straight up veteran minimum. Okay, a couple $1,000,000 it probably costs you. What's that to a guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars? He'll be fine. Is that maybe the end goal here for Russ? Just chill until January, till that minimum salary prorates, jump on with the Houston Rockets, a team that has eyes towards contention, and actually be an important piece for that club. Meanwhile, if you're the Rockets, do what you can to stay afloat. Stay afloat in the West. I think they have enough pieces to do that. And then maybe Russ gives them a more secure option at the guard position. While secure is maybe not a word used a lot in relation to Russell Westbrook, given his penchant for turnovers and poor shooting, his skill set really could be used by this Houston Rockets club as a creator. And it would make a lot of sense, I think, for Russ to hang out and wait for that Rockets spot to officially open up in January. But everybody, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Giannis? His thoughts on being traded to the Knicks. Oh, certainly did not sound to me like he was in any way committed long-term to staying in Milwaukee. Seems like all he wants to do is win no matter what. Will he be able to get that done in Milwaukee? I have my doubts. And then Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant says that'd be dope. Yep. Come on down. Come to Houston. Come to H-Town. Could we see the two superstars team up once again? Give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Till next time, everybody. See ya and stay safe.